Okay, so really quick, who are you guys again?
I am former best shaker.
Oh, okay. Former.
Former.
The last
Season 5. Yeah.
season. I'll give it to you. I was
Rank
watching the
4,
videos.
yep.
I'll give it to you. I don't know. I try to do like the cam. It's not. I don't think it's working.
Yeah, we can do that over appear in. What is going on with Eagzey, man?
I don't know. He's being OCE.
Okay, pink ward is in. I'm trying to make sure it's safe to show this on the stream now. You're streaming this as well, right, Chase?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
How do I turn cam on in this?
Below.
When you join.
Well, you gotta mute the mic as well, by the way, because we have Discord. So.
Are you hearing me twice?
Nah, but just in case. Okay. Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on with Eagzey. Maybe he just doesn't want to do it. It would be so much better if we had even more Shaco mains in this. Like, I don't know, Sarah from the US.
Extreme Person, who's
oh yeah, him too, yeah.
Master. He's in my stream if you want.
You could invite him as well. Let's just have a bunch of Shaco mains and just everybody shares their opinion or whatever.
I don't know why this isn't working on my, like, getting my cam to show up on this.
Do you have it disabled or maybe in the settings?
No, is it on your stream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why.
That's why.
Shit.
Oh, it won't work. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't work for me either, and then I had to like update a bunch of stuff and found a way.
Okay, Extreme's finishing his game, but he's down after.
Dude, is Eagzey still alive? What's going on?
Alright, so what's going on? How's everybody doing?
Could be better. It's the same, the usual League shit.
Yeah, just enjoying League.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we just start now or just wait for Extreme Person, etc. as well?
I thought this was the Evelyn mains call, so I don't really know.
Yeah, nah. Evelyn mains. The exit door is right there. Don't even bother.
Wait, I think I can just move my cam to the little spot on the screen. It's for me. I don't know about you.
I should have told you that before we started this. You gotta... What do you use? Logitech?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get that, the Logi software and stuff and then do it through that. Too much work.
No, it's like, it's registering it, but I think it's because I have it already using for my stream. So I think...
You gotta change the settings and that is not gonna work.
You have to completely delete it because if your OBS is on, it will count it as still being used.
Yeah, like in the settings, I can change the cam from the usual Logi webcam and then change it to Logi Capture. That's the software.
Just change it.
Yeah. And then you can use it on both. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to restart the stream and all that, dude. It's not gonna work.
I gave it a shot. Okay. It's not worth it.
Okay, yeah, Eagzey is out, I guess. Maybe he doesn't want to. What about Extreme? About Extreme Person, should I add him on Discord?
I think he's finishing his game and I can add him after.
Is it gonna take long?
I'm not sure. He said he's 20 minutes in. But I mean, we can always just start and then...
Okay, rip exited. Okay, yeah, first of all, let's just start with the good news, I guess, about Shaco. The recent changes.
The recent changes? Oh, the ult and the boxes?
Yeah, and there was something else about the box proc that was a while ago.
With red trinket, you mean?
Not a box procs.
Yeah, box procs, comment, and items now.
Oh shit.
Dark Harvest, any kind of proc passive, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I was the one that recommended the ult change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I did that.
The subreddit. Well, no, I actually looked at the Shaco main subreddit, and a lot of people were upset about it because I was upset about it too because I thought there was a delay on the ult, but it was just because you have to quick cast it. So if anyone didn't know that, you actually get to pick where you come out of your ult.
Yeah, I did quick cast it as well. Otherwise, it would be too annoying.
I kind of wish it was where you had it afterwards, personally.
Yeah, not when you pressed it, because I ult and then I move my cursor.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's awkward. Yeah.
You have to play Osu to be able to get your mouse back and forth fast enough.
Yeah, I feel that, but could be worse. At least they're kind of.
Yeah.
When did you recommend the ult change?
It was 3 weeks ago, I think he said.
On the boards?
Pinkboard was talking about all the box stuff in repertoire, or however you say it, was listening, so I kind of...
Was that on the boards or the Reddit?
Nah, it was on...
That's in the
LPP Discord.
The LPP Discord.
Oh, that's what happened. Wow. Damn, and I thought that whole wall of text I sent that right on Twitter a while ago did something, but apparently not. RIP. Because I did mention something similar about ult.
Come on, Shaco's new skin coming out this year. Of course, they're working on him.
I mean, these kind of small tweaks aren't really gonna do it. But
I mean, enough of them could, but his E and his W are the problem for me. I think his W is okay overall. I think it just needs to be updated. I think his E is one of the worst abilities in the game.
Yeah.
I think I was talking about it in the LPP Discord. I think his passive is probably the biggest downfall of the champion, because you look at all these new champions coming. Oh no. I really like the passive. I really like the ability to farm and lane with it. It's really helpful, but I don't think it's as strong as all these other new passives coming out. And I feel there's just so much more that you can do with his passive that would make his
I mean, that's every move for him though. It's just every champion is getting every mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
Kaisa has freaking stealth, movement speed, true sight for some reason.
I mean, I would like to ask something about the whole AP Shaco change, the passive that you mean, and the Q change. But maybe I can do that when Extreme Person is on, because he's AP player as well.
I'm adding him.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, what's up? You wanna join the AP as well?
Alright, so we get...
yeah, but I don't have cam right now.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, mine's not working either. Okay, so we got the AD jungle Shaco god, myself, of course. The other guy, Shaclone, whatever. The AP jungle Shaco, Extreme Person, and then we got... What's his name? Pink? Okay, we got Pinkward. So that's the setup right now.
Yeah,
hey, no disrespect to Pinkward. He's the only Pinkward left in the game, dude. What the fuck?
Let's go, dude. He's jealous.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean,
okay, we got Eagzey in here too. This guy doesn't even play League.
Does he even play
that?
Okay, now that we have two AP Shaco players, let me ask this question about Shaco's passive and Q change. How happy are you with the Q and passive having AP scalings?
I think they only did it because they wanted to take power away from his E. which
they pretty much
for AP, like they want you to be a champion who like jumps in and goes for a kill as an assassin.
I mean, but that did happen like afterwards about the E change.
Well, no, what happened afterwards, they changed the E from 100 AP ratio down to a 90 AP ratio, but then they changed it from they changed something about it. I think they gave more base damage to it, and then when they did that, they removed 15% AP ratio from it and turned it to 75% AP ratio, and put AP ratio on his Q. I think they already had AP ratio on his passive.
Like the thing is, I remember in boards some random player that doesn't even play Shaco made that suggestion about AP on his Q. I think that's what actually happened.
My only complaint is, I was just gonna say, I think it's too much physical damage. That's my only complaint.
Well, yeah, and
yeah,
I made the argument for adaptive damage on Shaco.
Yeah,
but they
still haven't answered, have they?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what kind of damage it is. I just want damage, man. I don't do any fucking damage. It doesn't matter
dude,
what I build.
Chase, you as the main Duskblade abuser.
I'd be perfectly happy.
Of course. Dude, the item is fucking stupid. What do you think about the idea?
Myself in the kneecap, not building.
Yeah, of course. But like, what would you think about the idea of Duskblade being completely removed from the game so that Shaco gets his damage back?
I think.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Remove Dusk.
I like the idea that you're going for because you want Shaco, but like he would need some huge buffs to actually stay in the game, because that's the only item that actually gives him a power spike that's at all anywhere close enough to maybe kill someone mid game.
But I mean, that's the only way for it to happen, right? Is if the
Duskblade was a mistake.
So you're saying you want the game to be more based around champions instead of items?
Of course, like champion scalings mainly.
I just think it's a lot easier said than done for that, because assassins would, every AD assassin, Pike, Talon, Shaco, Wukong, like all these champions would need Rengar, Kha'Zix, compensation buffs that don't make them broken as shit, but like I don't know, I don't see it happening.
Oh man, they'd have to do their jobs.
Yeah, but do you think that something like that do you think something like that is going to happen before all the other issues?
No, I mean,
even should.
I fundamentally disagree with Duskblade as an item, but I mean, I understand it's a part of the game now, so
I mean, everything that you can mention is wrong with that item.
I'd be totally happy with the Lich Bane buff, though. That's all I really care about.
The thing about Duskblade, I feel like it's the same area as DFG, and the reason why they took away DFG, it's just like
one-dimensional.
Yeah, it's a one-dimensional item that
you do damage because you did damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, and especially with item-reliant champions like Shaco, okay, you farm until you have your damage, and then you have your damage.
I'm still kind of salty that they killed Crit Shaco.
I mean, I've been starting to build Phantom Dancer lately. It's like the only way to deal damage as well.
Phantom Dancer is just fucking broken in general.
Yeah, like you either build Duskblade, Lethality, or Crit. That's the only way. I mean, AP, okay, but like even AP is all about just on its stuff. That's the only way to deal damage as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's how the champion works.
Yeah. I don't mind the box max jungle build though. It's not too bad.
I tried it.
Champion's just very linear.
You just don't. I mean, you play him totally different than I do.
Give it to me, roast me, go.
No, I'm not even roasting you. I'm just saying you play Shaco different.
Roasting, dude.
You AA more.
Eagzey, how you feeling, man? What's going on?
I'm good, dude. I haven't played fucking League for like 2 months, so.
Joined the appeal ended.
I completely agree with Chase, but like the champion is just way too item reliant, and when you do build shit on him, it's just too linear. There's no kind of like variation or anything. And I agree with the Duskblade thing, like putting stats back into Shaco is like the most important thing, and the thing they should do, but whether they do, I'm not sure. It's kind of the reason I quit.
Even with Duskblade, like you still need buffs. Like when a Rengar gets his Duskblade,
oh yeah, for sure.
You want 100. If someone is below 80% HP, they're dead when you ult in. Shaco's like, okay, well you got to make sure you ult on top of them. You know, they can't have Taba. Like, it's
there's a lot of small things that make Shaco just bad in comparison to any other assassin. I mean, there's so many assassins that one shot. I mean, that
I'm playing Evelyn for the first 5 times, and it's more rewarding than 5 million master.
I literally played
even Graves, Assassin Graves, like full lethality can still one-shot people.
Yeah. Have they done anything to fucking Ninja Tabis or not? Are they still the same?
No.
Oh god.
Not since whatever they did in Season 8.
I mean, but at least Phantom Dancer is now Sterix for 80 carries, and Stopwatch builds into GA, so people really can't die unless they're mono.
Yeah, it's just so many
the GA change. Oh my god. As if it wasn't bad enough people abuse Ninja Tabis, they make it so that GA is exclusively for 80 carries, etc. as well. Even more free armor.
They're the ones that cry the most on Reddit, so we have to make sure that they can stay alive when they're split pushing it 30 minutes.
80 carry mains, oh boy.
I mean, the game's just tailored to ADC mains pretty much, though. Like, if you just look at it in general. It's like,
I don't even find,
what
like...
they should do, honestly, is give them a role to function as their brain and keep them alive. Oh shit, they already did that. Okay, never mind, sorry.
Yeah, I feel like the fucking problem with League for me, like, wasn't even the state of Shac or anything like in the game itself. It was more like the matchmaking and just high elo just being kind of like contaminated with fucking so many diamonds and shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure
like for me that was the biggest problem.
Like, yeah, that's a whole other thing.
It's fucking.
Yeah, why's my top 2 and 12? Let me check his OPGG. Oh wait, Season 8, Diamond 5-0 OP. Nice.
Hey, he improved. Okay.
Let's get back to the AP Shaco topic about his E. Do you guys know about the story about the latest, like his latest main change in the E? About going from magic to physical damage? Do you guys know the whole story about that? How that happened?
No.
Or the writer that made it change?
No clue.
I'm not sure, but I just feel Riot wanted to align Shaco's full damage to physical so that Duskblade would be even more of a key item on him. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, Duskblade in itself is a problematic item. But like,
my best ability.
The whole E change is such a disaster. The guy that did that, maybe you know, is this guy who was just spamming his Twitter with this hentai games or whatever the fuck.
Didn't he leave?
Yeah, he did leave. He quit the game, but he was the guy that did that E change. What a shame. That guy seemed so disinterested in the whole, in what he was doing in the game. It was so sad.
Was it Daniel Z. Klein?
What?
Was it Daniel Z. Klein?
Nah, somebody else. It was a different guy.
Now, I will say, though, like, I don't love the game right now, and I think Shaco is still dog shit, but Repertoire, or how do you say it, Pinkborn?
Repertoire.
Yeah. He's doing a really good job.
He is trying, like, yes. Really he is trying.
So, I mean, at least it's not like we're still being ignored.
It just seems to me that there's too many biased writers. They just hate this champion and doesn't want it to be a popular or a good champion.
I honestly don't even think it was that. I think it was just that.
Do you know about Freak?
Okay,
yeah, well, I will say
I think he was put on a list for. Okay, this champion's gonna get a rework at some point, so why change him now? Wait for the skin.
I mean, I feel like the reason they did the rework on him was to just ruin the champion anyway. I would say.
I mean, I think
does anybody agree that Shaco is now better after the rework?
He was season 7, early season 7. He was hell good.
I think as soon as rework, it was better.
I think he's I don't think that was a big. Shaclone, honestly, I think that you think that the rework was a bigger deal than it was because the game was legitimately more enjoyable back then.
Yeah, of course, it's not just about Shaco.
Tanks weren't one-shotting everything. Like, the game was better, so I think that you kind of think that the rework was the big issue, and it was really just the game got worse as well.
Dude, what pisses me off, like, I don't know how much you guys watch my highlights and stuff, but if I watch them back, you should know then that the most quality plays I've done in this game with Shaco are the clone micro kills, the clone outplays. And now it's like all of that is gone because of the stupid clone, the old changes.
Would you mean like the damage?
The stupid mini boxes that led to his clone explosion losing like over 100 base damage. Like that's just stupid.
Yeah, I think it's just the damage for like AP and stuff.
I agree with that. The ult change.
I mean, Pinkward is also pretty good with the clone micro. I'm pretty sure he would agree on that. And mini boxes are pretty dumb, isn't it?
I think the biggest I've gotten a couple kills with clone boxes because people are stupid. And
yeah, but like most of the time
I use them to set up for another box usually, but
yeah, pretty much.
It's been so long.
My biggest problem is that the clone's explosion radius is so fucking short. Like if you, oh my god,
I don't really mind that though. Like I just want damage on it. I'd rather just have
rather the damage, of course.
I just want the burst because I always was getting kills with clone burst, and now it just does nothing.
Why is Annie Tibbers coded the exact same as clone, except for like when what's it called? When Annie dies, Tibbers sprints at whoever kills
and the clone.
Annie.
I think
the clone sits there, massive.
Or Shaco hasn't. I mean, Annie got a full rework by herself. Oh, I guess she was when the mage update.
I think it would be kind of OP though if Shaco's clone was like that though. I'm not sure. That's just me, but
I feel there should be something you could do afterwards with the clone.
Yeah,
like being
OP,
able
like
to control it.
Died,
maybe.
you could...
Imagine you could control the clone while you're dead. That would.
Yeah, that just sounds OP though. That's just me, but.
You couldn't use abilities, but just run around.
It doesn't have abilities. It doesn't. Has less HP, less damage. Like, I don't think that's OP at all. It gets one shot by everything, just like Shaco does. Like,
on hit Shaco, new OP.
It only lasts so long too.
Wits end every game.
Dude, okay, but like
the thing is, if you're going to go for that build and you don't get to 3 items, you just lose anyways before you get to the.
Exactly. I mean, Shaco without CBR is just screwed.
So yeah, he's so much more CBR dependent now.
Oh yeah,
like that's the problem, right? Shaco has always been such an item dependent champion more than anybody else in the game. But the good thing was you could build anything on him, any item. And Riot, I'm guessing, had this vision about the gameplay should be more focused on the items rather than the champions, right? Like that was the whole point of the assassin rework. Take a little damage from everyone. I guess Shaco was the one that suffered the most from that. But then have a broken item like Duskblade that's meant for every single assassin. I don't know how they thought that's a good idea, but now Shaco is even more item dependent, but only a few specific items.
And then because of champions like Kha'Zix and Rengar that are always going to be like top of the AD assassin class, they have to compensate for AD carry players and mid laners that are getting one shot, and Shaco just keeps getting weaker because he's already not in line with those other champions. It's like it fucking sucks.
Dude, when I saw that game of you against Dom a while ago, like you had pretty much the same identical items, but he was just dealing twice as much damage as you, if not even more.
Yeah, it was the crack.
But like back to the E change, do you guys even realize that his current executioner damage? No, but it's so bad. That's the guy that did it that had zero interest in what he was doing. The executioner damage
was really fucking good.
Like what?
The 3 to 8% max HP.
Yeah, the previous version really was better than the current one. Yeah,
I'd be fine if they up the execution damage on you. I'd be happy.
Yeah, but like, do you guys?
A way to keep Shaco like with his E balanced? It's either going to be too much damage for low elo players, or it's just going to be so lackluster like it is right now.
I mean,
I think it needs to be some form of skill shot or a new ability. Like E is just because players already say that Shaco is anti-fun to play against. He's one-dimensional. Like walks in invisibly, one-shots you, or dies instantly, whatever. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't say Shaco's the champion for skill shots, but
not necessarily a skill shot, but something else. Like that's not another just point and click, because you can't.
I think Riot's also Riot's a little quick to be just like nerfing things because people complain about it and not letting people like figure out how to play against things. Like just pop your red trinket and stand next to your support.
Well, no, the thing that was interesting, I actually talked like in the LPP Discord or whatever, is that they No, I think it was the Blastoise. They balance, or like at 2 levels. They balance at professional competitive, so you have the competitive champions, like J4, Rek'Sai, whatever, and then they balance majority. There's not like a D1 to challenger. There's no balancing for that. So you're either a competitively balanced champion or you are a majority of solo queue balanced champion. So
I mean, like,
Shaco's
but you also have to ask yourself, right? It's like if you take a champion in the more experienced hands, it's gonna seem stronger than some, an average player. Like, how do you make the difference between, okay, this champion is just OP and this champion is just
but
whatever?
Well, it's because his kit is so one-dimensional.
Yeah, I mean, the kit or the build?
All of it.
The build I can totally agree with, but
I queue in, I go onto a squishy, I press R, and I try to one-shot him and get out. That's it.
I mean, that's what it is because of the Shaco rework.
Shaco, what do you mean? What was different before the rework?
Wasn't Shaco way more balanced before the rework?
You liked the game
I don't know what his win rate back then.
No, that's true too, though, because you could pink ward him out. Like, you could just set pinks.
Yeah, I mean, the stealth system is a whole different story. We can get into that as well.
Game. I agree.
And then he
I think it's hard to actually say in retrospect.
Before we get into the stealth topic, like, back to his E, right? Do you guys even realize that the only way to max his E damage is if the enemy has 0 HP? You guys realize that?
Yeah, it doesn't have a cap. It should be capped at like 50.
Every other execution ability has a cap, except Shaco. Thanks to the guy that had 0 interest in the game.
What's it right now? 25% extra or 50?
It's 50%. But
it should go
down to
I'd say
0% HP.
I'd say it should be 100 at 25% health.
Wait, that's not how it works. It maxes.
I know. I'm saying it should be.
It maxes to 50% bonus damage based on the enemy's missing HP. And the only way it maxes to the 50% bonus damage is if the enemy has 0 HP.
Yeah, it should go way up and it should be capped at 25. But again, I don't know if people would be like complaining about it in low elo.
Yeah, let's get into the stealth topic. This is a funny one, dude. I don't know if you guys saw that video of me about that, the day Shaco died.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
The pink war changes. Oh my god.
I think red trinket's actually more annoying than pink wards.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but
red
I still
trinket
see.
Is broken as shit. That's just red trinket. It shouldn't last so long. It shouldn't be so big.
Like, I much preferred pink wards because so many points and times they wouldn't have a pink ward when they had a red trinket. Like, the fact that they can just get red trinket at any point in the game.
When you can walk around the pink ward, the red trinket's the whole team fight. You have to wait.
You also have to have an
11
item slot.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have the item slot to, like, supports would have to carry around a pink ward to drop a pink ward down. But now 3 people on their team can have a red trinket just going on.
Yeah, no punishment. Like, that's a good thing because they clear wards out too. You aren't allowed to play League of Legends.
Like, this is what I don't agree with, okay? The previous trinket system, wasn't that also much better? Didn't that fix the issue about people having to have a free slot in their inventory for a pink ward, especially late game when you're full build? Wasn't that exactly what the trinket was solving? Being able to get upgraded to a pink ward? Or even the trinket having like Oracle kind of thing?
I think the old red trinket was good, where you place it in an area and then it could get bigger if you.
And they also got true vision from that, like the Oracle thingy.
Or you okay.
I don't think. Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty cool if they actually changed it so that trinkets were single use.
I'm just saying there were
from base.
I'm saying there were way better and fairer ways for people to play against stealth. While the writer that I talked to about the stealth changes said, oh, it's because people don't like buying pink wards and always have a free slot. But it's like that old trinket system was exactly for that. I don't get it.
The thing about buying pink wards is that you have to have the brain to buy a pink ward, you know? It's like taking it away and just giving red trinkets. If you take a red trinket, or like if you just give them the ability to have a red trinket every 30 seconds, it's like it just makes the game so much more casual.
Well, the thing is too, like if I'm in a challenger game, if they are human beings, which it's NA, so it's kind of a toss up, but if they are, they should have a red trinket going the entire duration of a team fight. 2 to 3 red trinkets are an entire team fight if they're at all intelligent. So like, it's ridiculous actually.
Wait, adding to that, doesn't Ingenious Hunter reduce the cooldown of red trinket?
Yeah.
No?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like 20 seconds. It's like
that seems healthy. And
it's not long. It's like 40.
I mean, it's kind of.
It only lasts for like 20 seconds. So.
That's why I think they should make the trinkets single use, but you get them from shop.
Like, this is the problem I have with the current
cool.
stealth system and the trinket, right? It's like, oh, okay, you reveal the champion, but not really. It only gives you an idea where the enemy is, but you can't target him. And it's just really delayed the way it updates. How is that? Like, I much more like the version where you had like the Oracle thingy when you used the trinket. Like, this is me coming from coming from a stealth player, right?
What is this? This guy keeps posting the same message in your chat. Can I ban him?
It's like what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to the disadvantage to stealth players, but that's exactly the point. It was just more fair for the people playing in stealth, or not.
Previously, pink wards were actually more like easier to play around than red trinkets, and I think the stealth change wasn't a great idea because I mean, look at all these champions they're like going back on, and they're like they're just like changing all this stealth stuff post the stealth rework, and it's like it could all just be fine now if pink wards were still a thing.
It's pretty much this whole stealth system caused so many issues with the game. It's so dumb.
And then they put in true stealth for fucking Akali. It's like
so stupid.
Yeah,
and now they're gutting Akali's damage. It's the same situation as Shaco.
I mean, she was only strong for like a year and a half, so whatever. Since they did her rework, so I think she was fine, you know.
And now we have Akali mains like Professor Akali also being like, oh yeah, I'm quitting this champion. They're ruining this fucking champion, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Blade was rank 1 playing old Irelia and old Akali. When he was originally rank 1, he was playing both of those champions.
I mean, they're even more broken now.
It's not interactive. Like,
hey, this is what they do with most reworks.
Old Akali had more rewarding decision making too.
This is what they do with every single rework that they've done so far, with almost all of them. They become more broken, but also less fun.
Yep.
It's so amazing how they managed to do that.
Because they want to make them more complicated and like more interactive, but then they just like end up abusing their most powerful things.
And that all comes back to like what I said earlier about competitive versus solo queue champions. So they're balancing these other champions just on a completely different scale to be better champions, because they assume that the majority can't play them at the top level anyways. So it's gonna even out.
Yeah, but they should all they should worry about is just balancing around high elo, in my opinion, just because it will force everyone else to get better at the game.
This is what you guys are uninformed about. You know, you guys know how complicated Riot games. Now I gotta show you guys the video. I don't know if you saw this, but I gotta show you this video.
We're gonna learn today.
Yeah, but if they balance it around high elo, like those silver players, those gold players are still gonna play the exact same champs tomorrow in a month.
Yeah, but like you guys talk about balancing this and that, but this is not a balance issue. Like, you know, if you guys know how Riot Games works, them having like different teams working on one champion or whatever, right? And somebody like Certainly T, you know, he made this interview with Travis in the Discord. You can watch it after this talk.
I watched that. Yeah,
he explained it, right? It's like the balance team is a completely different team to, you know, the champion designer team, and the systemic changes. That's a whole different team as well. And it's like this guy literally says, this guy says his job is to bring new mechanics or champions that will kill you over and over till you learn how to deal with them. And he has this reputation in the balance team that, you know, certainly T is the guy that makes great champions or great characters for single player games, but those are not suited for multiplayer games. And it's the balance team's job to fix the trouble, the issues, that he coasts with these kind of mechanics that he introduces to the game. Okay, so let's get that clear.
Anybody trying to 1v1 in the Shadow realm?
New champ. Mord. The Shadow.
Oh boy, I haven't even seen his.
Every rework, every new champion has to have a new mechanic.
Oh, what does he do? Is he like the Smite champion, where he brings you to a 1v1?
Okay, no one knows what Smite is, so yeah, he does that.
So dumb.
So is Mordekaiser the same shit now? Did they also make him broken stupid?
So basically they gave him Swain's E, and he has an ultimate that brings him into the fucking Shadow Realm, so you're 1v1 against Mordekaiser. Whoever he ulties.
So like Camille ultimate, or?
Yeah, pretty much Camille ultimate, but no one else can help.
With cooler graphics.
Oh boy.
When's Classic League coming out?
And let me guess, he's also getting a bunch of steroids and empowerments from that as well.
Well, otherwise, how can you first time him and win games?
It is a percent HP damage of the.
Of course. Oh my god.
And then his passive, it's a 3-hit passive, and it's movement speed.
So you're basically saying Camille's already outdated.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's AP Camille. Yeah,
AP Camille. And then his E gets like magic gives him magic penetration.
It's all right. Everybody who was gonna buy Camille already bought her, so now they gotta buy Mord.
I mean, she was only strong for 6 patches and out jungled you by doing red buff and walking to your.
It's funny that how we talk about how Shaco's so linear, and then it's like we're speaking on like we want him to get different abilities to make him less linear, but then we complain about how these champions are getting these weird ass abilities.
To me, it's not about.
There's a difference between linear and brain dead. You're not allowed to be brain dead on Shaco. Like Xin Zhao, Camille, like the jungle meta that's.
I mean, to me, it's not about new abilities. I would much rather prefer the old Shaco in every way. He was just better in every way, every single ability. But like, do you guys see that differently? Would you rather prefer a new rework or just a revert?
I still don't think he would keep up.
I would like a new rework.
I mean,
honestly, I think old Shaco was too good, and if we ever reverted back to old Shaco, they would nerf his numbers.
Maybe.
Yeah,
there was way more broken 80 items in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, the items are more OP, so yeah, probably.
Yeah, they would nerf his numbers 100%. I mean, they wouldn't like his E was like 100% AP ratio, which was insane.
It'd be kind of like playing Xin Zhao with a stealth.
AP would still die because AP items got changed. Like, there's less AP in the game.
I mean, if they fully reworked him back to old one and you had like stacking boxes and shit, it'd be a little OP. Everyone says they want stacked boxes back, but that shit was broken.
I don't care about stacked boxes.
I never did that easy. It's just not worth. I mean, for Pink Wars playstyle, I can see that, but it's such a specific playstyle. You couldn't really pull that off, let's say, in the jungle for the most time.
Yeah, it's different for AD.
Jungle, you use it more. Like if you're gonna use multiple boxes, you want to double fear more than you.
Yeah, I double fear. I mean, I double fear.
No, I'm saying for jungle. I know that you understand how to fear someone twice. Pink ward.
I just want clone damage back, and I want
clone damage.
And I just want Lich Bane to get buffed a little bit. That's all I care about.
Q stealth duration to change. What is it? It's 1.5, right? Level 1. Then it goes 2.25 or something. I wish they like changed it to like 2, 2.5, 3, something like that.
If it was 3 at all ranks, I'd be fine with it.
I also did have another like.
Do we want an early game Shaco back? Because right now he's a mid to late game scaling champion. Based on his
and he's mid game only if you're ahead as well. Like if you're third,
you got to be ahead.
He doesn't have an early game snowball off of.
Like, isn't that sad?
Like the problem is, even if you play perfectly, like you're just like level with the other jungler. Like if you make one mistake, you're just fucked.
I mean, dude, old Shaco playstyle and the old game as a whole, you could just go level 2, level 3, just go into the enemy jungle and just coast mayhem, right? And now it's like all of that is not worth, not only because of the Shaco changes, but also things like catch up, EXP, and whatnot. Counter jungling is so bad.
Even his Q duration though, like if you invade, You just have no fucking
I
escape.
don't have those problems. I don't.
What do you mean?
Like, I find his early game's fine. I feel totally fine.
To me, I feel like I can.
If you AFK
fine,
full clear,
okay,
yeah,
it's
but...
fine to full clear, yeah. But
I mean, like,
are you gonna walk into Hecarim jungle? Or are you gonna walk into Zinzao? Okay,
Zinzao.
Hecarim sometimes. Zin, yeah.
Rek'Sai, I have no problem with Rek'Sai.
All right,
no problem with Lee Sin.
All right, but calm it down with the D3 Rek'Sais, okay?
Okay, listen, buddy.
Challenger soon, right? Wait, what are you at now?
I'm on a lost streak, but I'm still a master.
At least you don't have it as bad as me, guys. I'm in bronze 1.
I do think that old Shaco, like pre-rework, was a little too
what do
strong.
You mean? You're Challenger NA. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that.
Because he had so many like early base numbers. Like his passive just gave him a flat 20% extra damage, which was pretty insane. So I feel like old Shaco was really strong early game because he just had flat extra damage.
I love some old runes as well, eh? The old runes
I just miss being able to build crit.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of proper damage output? Based on scalings. Like imagine every champion had decent scalings. Yeah, it would allow them to be played in so many different ways with so many different item builds.
You could play situationally instead of I'll see it Duskblade.
If people start,
I think the biggest problem with AP or with Shaco in general right now is that TMS sucks.
Yep,
TMS is
that
terrible.
TMS nerf destroyed.
Have you guys seen that hilarious prank that Riot Pool did?
I don't know about you guys, but I mean, like I've been playing other champions this season, and like everybody who built TMS can't build it.
Yeah, I
mean,
look what they
changed. They made it more expensive.
They made it
look
more.
What they pulled off. Look.
Yeah, okay.
They made Tiamat more expensive, basically nerfed it because of all the top lane bruisers.
Top laners, yeah, they nerfed it for a really...
One patch later, they bring out that broken ass item, Spear of Shojin. Like, what the fuck? It's it's just so perfectly designed for top lane bruisers.
They had to make sure that Riven and Renekton were balanced and healthy.
Yeah, they nerfed them with that Tiamat nerf, indirectly nerfed them, and then they bring that item.
I think it was fair. I mean, Jax was weak too. Like it's very fair that they're balanced now.
Yeah, they're totally did.
Yeah.
Didn't TF play mainly Jax to get a rank 1 on your West?
I mean, he would get rank 1 either way. Like I said, he was rank 1 pre-rework Akali and Irelia, but he doesn't really count.
Yeah.
He's just crazy.
I had an idea for Shaco's ultimate, but it just has so much stuff on it right now because of how stupid. Like I like that they did the boxes on the ultimate because of me and such, and it's a cool nod. But it's like, I think it kind of.
Sorry, who are you?
I think it kind of like takes away what you could add to the ultimate. Like I think like. There's a couple of things that would make the ultimate better.
They should make it drop into 3 more Shacos, and then you can control all 3 of those Shacos and just Shaco people down with it.
Yeah, while also nuking them.
I mean, I could imagine just replacing
and then those
yourself
3 Shacos
with
fall
a
into
clone.
3 more Shacos.
And then your Nico clones, and you have.
What about like if when you
until you're 100 Shacos.
It'll increase the damage the clone does from like it currently does what like 50% and to 75 to 100, and then it takes like less damage down to 0% less damage, and it just be like an extra Shaco, pretty much.
Yeah, I just want explosion damage. That's all I want.
It almost kind of reminds me of like what's it called? Anyone who played Apex, I know you played Apex, Pinkward. Mirage, his ult or whatever, sent out like 6 of himself, so it's like, okay, well, he ulted because there's 6, so how else would there be 6 or whatever? It's like, it's just there because like, wow, but it doesn't actually do anything. You know what I mean? It's not actually helpful.
It really doesn't. His clone is cool with like pretty much it's there to get an extra Duskblade or Lichbane proc.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Or both.
I mean, I do like fucking outplays with it, but it's like very It's very limited, and there's very you just can't always actually use it correctly. It's such a.
I think the change has been good.
That's the main thing that bothers me about the Shaco changes. The focus on proper high quality gameplay was so much more on the clone back then, and now it's like the clone just doesn't matter really for Shaco's gameplay for the most part.
Yeah, I use him to proc Duskblade again.
That's it.
And
maybe dodge vulnerability, and that's it.
I don't think Shaco's clone is good for an assassin playstyle.
I look at old aura bursts, and it's just like
also didn't they say they gave his boxes HP? I still see a bunch of champions just one-shotting the boxes. What happened to that?
Yeah, no, they need HP points like Zyra plants is what I think.
They say they did do that. That was like one of the only good things about the Shaco rework.
But then
that they
you
gave
can't
it
do that
HP.
because melee against lane and shit.
I went back and I read all of the patch notes. And there's a minimum amount of damage people do to boxes. So there actually are HP points, but abilities and such just do so much more damage. But someone's melee can do a minimum of 33% of their HP. So it only takes 3 autos to kill a box if they just auto it to death.
But why? Why do you need to kill a box? It dies in 5 seconds. It's I don't get it.
That's the thing, they kill it before it even does shit.
They just walk away. They act like there's no counterplay.
That's why the mini boxes are so useless. Most of the time they're just gonna walk away, not even get the clone explosion damage, or it's never gonna kill them.
Yeah, and it's not
or it's gonna be
CC for junglers anyways, because it's 2 seconds activation.
It's just gonna be under the tower, and the boxes instantly get focused by the tower anyway, just completely useless.
And also, the point of Shaco is to be annoying. So, why are people mad that he's annoying? That's the champion.
Or why are people mad about an assassin, a fat assassin, being able to one-shot them? That's again the AD carry mentality,
Yeah, and I mean,
I got one shot.
They're giving these ADs extra abilities and extra chances to survive. They give it fucking GA and Phantom Dancer. They gave
my god
these items, and then assassins have
stopwatch
and tabbies.
Well, at least range champions can't build tabbies.
Don't even get started on all the shielding stuff.
That should be melee only.
Dude.
It's so fucking stupid.
But all these champions are getting all these ADCs, which assassins are supposed to be good against, are getting these extra benefits, while the assassins are just sitting back here and not getting any compensation buffs.
I remember last season I was playing.
Kha'Zix is broken.
Last season I was playing MF, and I just built. I think I was against Chase, but it might not have been. I just built I built Tab Eyes, GA, and Sterix, and just ate all his damage the whole game. Just didn't matter.
So you outplayed me, is what you're saying?
Yeah, 100%. Too good.
I mean, it's so obvious that there's more shielding in the game than damage. Shaco can so easily get out-shielded. Not even talking about the healing, all the sustain, but before it was if the AD carry survives, was about good positioning and about the good support always being around you. And now it's they just get a Phantom Dancer.
They end.
They just get a Phantom Dancer, which is more than a Janna maxed out shield, and they just beat you like that while tanking all the damage.
How about that Kai'Sa True Sight though?
Well, it's okay because she can also build Zhonya's as well, so it's fine.
Just sees you because she does. Zhonya's tabbies.
This game is so hopeless.
Honestly, I feel like the Kai'Sa's True Vision should be on her Q. So if she's queuing you, she should.
Why does she have True Vision? What's the point?
Why is her True Vision on her W? What's the
first time she hit me with it? I was so confused. I was what?
It's not her W. It's her passive.
That's another problem.
It's her W.
I'm pretty sure she just autos you.
Nah, it's her W.
It's the W. I promise you.
I
had that shit hit me in Q, and I've uninstalled.
See about the stealth system, right? Back then you had 2 visuals that you had to look for as a stealth. It was the pink eye on green wards and oracles, and it was the what Caitlyn Trap has, Lee Sin, those 2 eyes above you when you're marked, when you can be seen, even stealth, right? And it was really easy to separate that and know that, okay, I'm being seen right now. Even if I go stealth, they can see me. Now there's Nidalee Trap that don't have that eye thingies, the Kai'Sa and whatnot.
Vision cones, dude. Vision cones.
Specifically about Nidalee Trap, you don't know when you're actually revealed, because sometimes you can have
That's what I'm saying.
I hate Nidalee, dude. Nidalee players think that Shaco beats Nidalee. Half your kit revealed.
Nidalee destroys Shaco.
Oh, her spares also reveal, yeah, nice.
Yeah, no, the spear and the
W.
Oh my god. And the W's
and you don't even
like an 8-second
does it even have any visual with her passive?
It does. It has like a little triangle.
A little eye thing or whatever.
No, it's the triangle.
Yeah,
it's a triangle.
Why not just the usual eye?
Sometimes that's on you. Sometimes that's on you, but they still can't see you. But sometimes they can see you. It's very, like if you get hit by a trap,
you stealth just as you hit it.
If you get hit by the trap or her Q, like with her in range, she'll be able to see you or something. I don't know. But the thing about that is, she also Shaco's Q isn't very long, right? So it's like you Q a wave, but you hit the trap, so her W instantly jumps to you. Like she could just jump to you. So it's like she just completely counters you.
Yeah, but then you can R and just combo them.
What's also really fun
Yeah, but then she just walks away with tab eyes and frozen gauntlet.
Yeah, it's true. If Nidalee jumps on you, like you win, but
yeah. What's also really nice are ultimates like Caitlyn and Vi. They don't really mark you either, but they still see you, not just during the ultimate, but even afterwards, after the ult is cast or you dodge it.
Nautilus ultimate. Has anyone noticed that?
Nautilus is just
it just like disappears.
He reveals you as well.
It disappears and then it'll hit me again. If I don't ult the actual knockup of it, if I ult before, it'll like spaz out.
I think Nautilus ultimate also reveals you, even if it doesn't hit you.
I want to go back to talking about like having too many shields and heals in the game. My biggest thing about Shaco is that you should be able to one-shot the ADC, but if they're with their support should be able to react fast enough to stop you from one-shotting. Because Shaco isn't like Rengar, where Rengar jumps on someone and completely one-shots them. Shaco has like maybe
up in the air.
Yeah, exactly. His damage goes off in the air. Well, Shaco, it's like you have to have perfect, like, if you don't do it perfectly, it takes like 4 seconds. If you do it perfectly, it takes 3 seconds. And usually in that time period, if a support is close to their ADC, they just pop their airy shield on them, and it's like they survive. So it's
assuming you're even ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Assuming you're ahead, and then if they have like Phantom Dancer or Ninja Tabi, you can't even one-shot them completely. So Shaco does like need extra, like he isn't even that strong, you know.
Oh, don't worry. Even if you did have enough damage in another dimension, let's say you have 100 kills and you somehow manage to deal more damage, enough to kill her. But even then, they're just gonna cut you with either stopwatch or GA or something else.
And like everyone gets Phantom Dancer second or third item now. It's like once you hit 20 minutes, 25 minutes, like you can't kill any ADCs anymore.
Yeah,
we had that item sense in meta in season 7. I still feel as if it's like just as aids to like take down an ADC if the support has a
champion for it. They're like, okay, well, here's a living ardent sensor.
Like I don't know if you guys also realize, so as if it wasn't unfair enough how they gutted a lot of assassins with the shitty rework, that most people thought it was gonna be a rework, you know, that's gonna bring the assassin meta, but instead they sneaked in the Courage of Colossus rune back then and basically made every assassin weaker, right? But like in the whole Duskblade stuff, how many times they nerfed that. But do you guys even realize that there's not only more base armor in the game, but also much more armor items? It's way easier to itemize on armor items than it is on MR items. Way easier.
Well, at least there's not a rune that basically makes you invulnerable for like 3 seconds, as well as an AoE electrocute.
Yeah,
that's
I think the tankier runes are much stronger than the damage runes.
I would take Courage any day of the week over fucking Aftershock right now. It's so ridiculous.
I'll take
any
the old
champion
runes,
that can
dude.
take it mid lane becomes meta and competitive and is strong in solo queue.
Dude, just imagine a Yasuo has an integrated shield, has a wind shield to dodge any kind of projectiles, bad enough, right? He also has tons of free sustain. Is that not enough? Get more sustain from runes. There's so much sustain in the runes. I think there's mainly sustain in the runes, more than damage or tankiness even.
I think the runes and masteries, like, they just completely fucked them when they changed them. Like,
they
the old ones.
Dark Harvest so bad. Dude.
So keystones were so strong that they had to nerf all the secondaries.
Change. It's a shame they still haven't buffed that since the last nerf.
I miss Dark Harvest, man.
I mean, the new Dark Harvest is not bad. It's just maybe it was too strong at the beginning, and now
Dark Harvest was
and then they hotfixed it on the first patch.
Jungle rune to being like a fighter / assassin jungle rune to being for Xerath and like
Karthus.
You can't even take it on Xerath anymore. It would have been good if they should have just gotten rid of the Karthus thing. Like, just patch out the Karthus.
Like, I don't know why you would think that the old Dark Harvest was better. I don't know how many times I had to die under the enemy tower to get those stupid ass stacks.
I think the way to fix Dark
Harvest,
you have to be like in range of the champion or something.
New one would have been better, but
they changed that.
It's literally only Karthus.
The old Dark Harvest were just inconsistent in my opinion.
Well, inconsistent.
Yeah.
It was like
the picking especially.
It was way too consistent.
The new Dark Harvest was Shaco's playstyle that you were forced, if you want to actually like play in Hyela, I'm not even trying to be a dick or whatever, but like playing in Hyela, you cannot consistently stack Dark Harvest. Because if you're taking fights to stack Dark Harvest, either the other team is inting or you're dead. Like, you can't consistently stack it. At least you had a way to consistently stack it.
Wait, do you mean the new one or the old one?
The current one.
Yeah.
Is that the case with the old one?
No, he's saying that the old one was better because you could stack it through killing jungle creeps and shit.
And
I mean, okay, yeah, that was the good part of it, but other than that, it was really bad.
You have to play,
the fact,
PvE anyways.
The fact that it was barely useful once you hit the 150 stacks, not only damage-wise, but also proccing-wise. I mean, how many times did you get to proc Dark Harvest before that with the low timer?
No, it just depends like how fed you are. Like, if you have like 80 stacks,
but like, my main problem with the old Dark Harvest was the picking up stuff. It was so stupid. So many times.
Back fucking sales. Bring back those.
I don't know. I thought it was too inconsistent.
It's just the problem was this set of runes is just like way too OP. Like, there's just too much stuff you get out of them. And like, I don't know why Riot's so afraid of just giving us stats.
All I say is the old rune system, dude. It was so
like why do I have 2 abilities worth of damage now?
Like, how many times did you see people complain about the broken ass runes or masteries in the old system? Barely anybody.
Gold, like,
not much.
And like, on this system, literally every single rune has been shamed and flamed so far because it's too OP or whatever.
Literally does an ability worth of damage.
Well, it was better before, and then they had to nerf it because junglers were using it too much, so they had to make it a trading lane rune instead.
Why aren't they buffing Dark Harvest again? They fucking got that shit first patch.
They don't seem to understand that, like,
the current state of Dark Harvest is too broken for too many champions. Every mage would take it. Every assassin would take it. Every mage in the game would take it. At its old state, do you not remember it? Everyone was taking it.
Yeah, I know that.
Top laners were taking it.
But like, is that a bad thing? If that's why I'm saying the new Dark Harvest is so much better designed because it's accessible to almost any champion, any role. I would say that's a good design.
I don't think that runes should be accessible to any champion, any role. I don't think that they're meant to be like that. I think it's supposed to be like based on the champion, based on the playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's not what they want, but isn't that a much better philosophy? Instead of having like, oh, this rune tree is only for this kind of champions.
Yeah, but then it's
kind of so limiting, it's so unfair in a way.
It's very linear, and at the same time, you have other runes in the game that are like, okay, well, crowd control based tanks /
and now and then you have like each role, like each kind of champion main complaining about their runes, or no, their runes are broken, or instead of like, if it was so broken, like when somebody complains about the champion being OP, you can just tell them, okay, then play that champion. But you can't even say that about an AD carry complaining about Aftershock. You can't say, yeah, then use it if it's so OP. How is that balanced and fair?
Oh, it's very balanced and fair.
Nice.
You don't like getting one shot by a Galio that takes no damage?
They also like straight up murdered sudden impact, and like nobody talked about that. Like, that rune's terrible.
Was that an eyeball collection, right?
I take Taste of Blood now.
Better? Do you think cheap shots? Do you proc cheap shot with your?
I take Taste of Blood.
Dude, who takes cheap shots?
Taste of Blood is the best by far.
It's more damage than sudden impact, actually, is what I've been hearing, and like actually doing the math on it, it's more. But doesn't your first auto count as a little slow? So don't you proc it with that?
Yes, you do. But Taste of Blood is like, it's just so much more healing, and it turns out to be worth it.
I don't ever feel like healing is ever going to be important.
Yeah,
it's
but like
either I kill them and I die, or I kill them, I get away. Like it's never. I'm not playing Rengar or like
sudden impact. I look at the end of the game, it's like 200 damage. Cheap shot, I look, it's like 300, and then I look at Taste of Blood, it's like 1300.
And then you check your own damage, it's like 500.
Yeah. But even like long games. And then they killed they killed Sorcery Tree a little bit too, because Gathering Storm is kind of useless. Scorch is terrible.
What else did they nerf in that? Celerity and Water Walking, right?
Oh, they're nerfing every rune because they're all broken.
Yeah, I think they nerfed Celerity, like the movement speed or some shit.
And then Precision Tree is crazy OP, but just not on Shaco.
Best top laners and junglers take.
I was talking to Repertoire, and I think he said that he wasn't the guy who, like, his team who's like balancing everything wasn't the team who like worked on bringing runes out, the runes reverted or whatever.
Why is this
I like Repertoire.
Project?
These are my three favorite writers. So Repertoire, Maple Nectar, and
let me write this down.
August. They seem to have clue.
I love them.
Who's on the other list?
Zephyr
At least they don't seem to be extremely biased like some other writers.
Who's gonna watch their back?
But yeah, dude, let's talk about the newest changes again. How positively or negatively have those changes affected your Shaco experience?
I mean, the new
changes are just all a nice quality of life thing.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, but like, would you
gonna make the champion good?
I mean,
like, okay, cool. I can actually decide how to play my champion instead of.
I've been able to steal dragons already.
Maybe I'm over here.
I said this in the Discord. Shaco's a champion that was created in like 2015 with the 2009.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Whenever they fucking made him,
tried to fix him, and then whatever.
He was a champion made back then, but they had the idea of like what they do with champions now, and back then they didn't have the like the like little ideas that should have been implemented.
Yeah, it was.
So it's like now we have to go back and.
Dude, why don't you guys join the appear in? It's like only me and Pinkward in it. What the fuck, dude?
The what?
The cam.
I'm not voicing my opinion.
I don't know where my cam is.
No, I'm saying the cam appear in. It's like only two of us.
I gave up on that. I just put my cam in the screen, so my video works.
Yeah, whatever. But like, would you guys say Shaco is more popular now, or was he more popular before?
No,
more popular
before. I think he's more popular.
I think. Well, okay. I think post rework, like right after they rework, everyone was playing Shaco.
Yeah.
Like, he was just.
Like that's what I'm not getting, dude.
Who's that guy hit?
That's when he was OP though.
The writer that I called you.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruiser was OP because. I mean, Bruiser
you had Deadmans. You had so much on hit.
Bruiser
was
Deadman. I was
ranked 8,
and I was barely should have been a challenger player. I was not good enough in season 6 or whatever it was, season 7.
I mean,
I don't think Bruiser was that great in comparison to other champions. Like, if you compare Bruiser back then to like champions now, I don't think
they did AP so dirty though. Like nobody was abusing AP.
Somebody's echoing, dude.
AP was really good.
You gotta mute your mic on APN.
You can mute him in APN.
Oh yes.
But I mean, AP was really good on like first rework, on like right off the back. It was really good, and like you could steal Barons anytime you had the chance. Like stealing Barons when his E was 8% max HP.
But they could have just capped that.
Fucking good. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they could have just capped it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, then there's Evelyn where you're actually trolling if you miss a Baron steal.
Yep.
Oh, that's like 2K.
But like the last time I asked August in a stream, he was more agreeing with, you know, the way I see Shaco. But back then, a few months ago when I asked him, he would say that the reason Shaco is not a priority right now for further changes is because he is more popular after the rework. I mean, hard to believe that.
I think the way they change him as well is just wrong. Like, they're just missing the big picture with him. And when they went to that Reddit and they like asked, you know, whoever's in there, like gold fucking players, like what they want to see changed, like they should have just come to us. Or like, I don't know, any high elo Shaco player to like
they did that
get the right idea.
That's why Annie had so many things changed.
There were what, like 5 last season in like Challenger, at least High Master. Now it's Pink Words and like Diamond or whatever, and then me and Extreme. That's all that's left on NA. Shaclone hates his life for the game.
I hate Riot games.
Eagzey's quitting, like.
And like my Shaco's like 8% of my played games, I think.
I mean, there are still some Shaco mains making it to the top. We have Zaro on US the last season, I think, who made it to Challenger.
That guy,
top
okay,
list.
Anyone can play 4K games playing more Diana than Shaco.
And then the Korean Shaco, who also, I think, got Master or Challenger last season. So they're doing it.
There's gonna be a couple, but
like,
would you? I think it's more popular, but in high elo, like there's less now.
I read a lot of comments that say, oh yeah, Shaco's OP now, it isn't that. Oh, he's so good because there's this and that Shaco main in Challenger. Is that a good argument, or just because somebody makes it to the top with him, does that mean the champion is fine?
Well, it's like you have to ask yourself, like, just because I'm probably the best player on the server, does that mean that Shaco? No, of course. I'm just kidding.
Did you just throw shade at Pinkwar, dude? Go on.
Like, there's always going to be like one tricks and silver and gold and shit. I just think like people fucking overreact when it's Shaco, especially like when there's a one trick and fucking Challenger with like high win rates and whatever.
Yeah.
Like the majority of Shaco players are still in like gold and stuff.
The thing is, too, Challenger's not like.
I mean, NA Challenger is like NA Challenger is like Diamond 5 US. Yeah.
No, it's like 100 LP. Okay, this is.
Yeah, that's what Dom said. Dude, Chase, that's what Dom said in his video about the US.
Well, no, I know. I genuinely think that like I would be Challenger EUS, but I think all of the players that I play with, or a lot of the players that I play, like I think actual Challenger NA players would be able to get Challenger EUS.
Yeah,
like,
Challenger
the higher ups, like.
My point on EUS.
All of the middle ground, like master players, would be significantly lower. You know what I mean?
My point on EUS is I think EUS is actually easier to like win, but it's
for
better players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have humans.
Because I did do a grind on EUS once. It's like the people actually try to win. Like there's no like.
Yeah, I think there are like
soft game
in
thing.
every
People
region.
just like. You don't lose just because your bot lane like shits their diaper because jungle didn't gank, you know?
Yeah, everyone's so emotional in NA. It's kind of crazy.
It's so bad in high elo too. I hate it. It's like the most clicky thing ever. Like,
Yeah,
if you're not
over here.
Yeah, you can't sit with us.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't sit at my lunch table. You're a nerd, so I'm gonna int you.
Bro, we're playing a video game. We're all nerds.
So the other time I was digging around in the old League forums, and I found this really, really old post about people wanting a Shaco rework, and that's in the early seasons, I think season 2. And writers like Medla and somebody else would be in there and say, they even back then tried to rework Shaco and like several ideas for it, but then it didn't make it. So a lot of people would say Shaco is useless back then and want to rework because of that, right? And then later on, me and Pingward come up and we show the potential of the champion, not just his strength, but also his fun gameplay, right? And then you would imagine that, you know, having these two big Shaco main channels growing, that Shaco's become more popular for that, right? And then for Riot to think that, okay, it's time to rework this champion.
Trying to share?
Does that make sense?
Just kidding, I'm 20. It's illegal.
Oh,
would never break the law.
Like, does that make sense to anybody, dude?
Close,
Oof, that was...
He almost said Yikers, bro.
What happened? Did I miss something?
I'm sorry. Pinkwood started drinking, I got distracted.
Okay, yeah. So, does that make any sense? That to, rework a champion that's become so popular when before people were crying for rework and Riot didn't care?
I feel like the idea of a rework kind of got fucked up. Like, it used to just be making a champion like just
fixing broken abilities, I would say.
Overall, like fixing outdated abilities, shit like that. Now it just feels like, how much shit can we put into this champion and make it have cool animations? That's what it feels like now. With Akali and with Irelia and with like new champs too, like Kai'Sa and shit like that. Like, it's just so far beyond like what other champions have in their kit.
Have there been like any reworks that weren't total hot garbage though? Like, I'm trying to think.
I think Skarner. Didn't Skarner get reworked?
Skarner was like 62% win rate when he was released.
Okay, I don't think his rework was that bad. I don't think Galio's was that bad.
He was straight up picker ban in the Worlds Season 5.
I'm saying
100%.
Overall, like
I think he was 100% banned. Yeah, well now he's dog shit.
I think Galio was a pretty decent one.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I think after Galio's nerfs, like he's perfect right now.
Cassiopeia.
Galio is just aftershock. Like
I'd say Cassiopeia was like the perfect example of a rework.
Yeah, I agree. They kept her identity without making like they added like a new mechanic or whatever with like the grounding, but they didn't make it just ridiculous. Like the Aatrox was probably the worst rework I've ever seen in my life, other than maybe Akali.
Aren't the Kyle and Morgana
Aatrox's
reworks
patch is awful to like. I hate playing.
Well, Aatrox rework, the first Aatrox rework, sorry, was like
it's like
where
the same
he completely lost his identity. Well, no, it went from being like a on hit auto attack based champion, like you're playing like a Master Yi top lane, to being Mega Riven Charizard X.
Yep. I just mean like they nerfed him and then he was like fine, and now they just brought back the same rework where he just heals forever. I don't know.
Yeah, there was way too much sustain in this game.
Did people even want to Shaco rework?
Did I want it? Who wanted a Shaco rework? What?
Did anyone like even want a Shaco rework?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Nope.
Back then, people cried for a Shaco rework.
I think they did it because people would just fucking cry. Like it wasn't
no, that's exactly what I'm saying. In the earlier seasons, everybody would say, "Oh, the champion is useless. Rework him," and Riot wouldn't do anything about it. Yeah, and then you have these Shaco mains coming up and showing the potential of it, and the champion for that probably becoming more popular. So less people probably cried for a rework, and then Riot is like, "Perfect time to rework this champion." Makes no sense. Makes zero fucking sense, dude.
Shaclone, would you say that you are in favor of a revert to the rework?
How did you guess that?
I don't know. I'm pretty intuitive.
No, but aren't we all? Didn't you all say that we were all for a rather revert and a rework?
I'm honestly
said this before. If they revert him, they're gonna nerf him.
They're gonna nerf him. Yeah.
If they remove Duskblade, I don't
strong
think...
early game, and then
I mean, it's mainly the Duskblade that's the problematic, right?
Duskblade. They'll have like runes, or runes are just more broken now.
Yeah, I mean, you're essentially just playing the same Shaco that doesn't have to be completely useless early game.
So
you get to play the game.
So
I don't think they need to do a big change like that.
Let me get that straight.
Shaco's late game was not that good before though.
That's what I'm saying. He was an early game champion more because of his counter jungle potential, but he would fall off late game like Lee Sin.
You have to play really well late to actually do anything. You're still not going to one shot with all the items in the game.
Yeah, but like,
it's a little bit better, sure, but
every other champion that gets reworked is because they're too weak or outdated, basically too weak. But Shaco's specific case is that they reworked him because he was too strong in this kind of meta, in this kind of version of the game.
because they couldn't balance him for everybody. But they didn't actually balance him for anybody.
I think they just reworked him because they were.
Oh yeah, dude. I read Ghostcrawler's answer to a question. He had this page, Tumblr page, Ask Me Anything, and one of them asked about diverse builds and playstyles for champions, and he basically said that it's better to have one specific build for every champion because it's less work to do about balancing. Basically, that's what he said. It's easier. It's easier to balance.
Like a general, like, this is where you want to go, not this is where you have to go.
But would you agree with that? Would anybody agree with that?
Well, if that was the case, then...
Like, imagine they completely killed off AD Shaco.
But Shaco is
They did that with a lot of champions, by the way, that were able to be built both ways, like Master.
Oh yeah, I mean, they killed my my Eve builds, so...
I honestly think Shaco would be easier to balance if they just killed off one of the...
Yeah, but like, is that really the better way to go for the game's sake?
Probably not.
I mean, for the game now.
That's what I'm saying. It's easier if you're the writer that has to do the balancing. You make it easy for yourself, of course. But like for the game's sake and everybody else's sake, is it really the way to go?
That's why League was so good back in the day as well. You had such a variety of playstyles and stuff. And I think with the old runes as well, it's just easier to do that. But
well, with the new runes, you can make anything work like better than you could before. Before you just played off of champions and items. Now you play off champion items and runes.
Yeah, I guess.
Like runes just add an extra ability completely to champions, which make it kind of harder to balance them.
Yeah, like the old rune system was more about being able to do like off-meta stuff. You just had the runes to, fill in the gap, that weakness of a champion. And now you can't really do that anymore.
To like actually balance this game, they're gonna have to like either heavily simplify items or do it with runes. Like, there's just too much.
I mean, Skara.
Too much fucking to raid, dude.
Previous season, Skara. Didn't Skara just suggest that?
You have runes.
Didn't Skara just suggest previous season that they should just remove the runes or just change them? I think that's what everybody wants.
Well, the thing is, whenever Ghostcrawler was at Blizzard, I'm pretty sure he's one of the reasons they got rid of like the old talent system of the like long talent trees which League had for a long time,
which was so much better,
dude.
Yeah, which was better in WoW and in League.
I don't know if I still have that screenshot that somebody sent me, but I did post it on Twitter back then. On the first days when Ghostcrawler came to League, somebody from the WoW community did warn exactly about that. He said, be prepared for every champion to, most of their builds and playstyles to be killed off. That's exactly what happened with the game. Wow, dude.
Yeah. The ability to...
Honestly, the amount of shit I used to play in this game that's been killed is ridiculous when I think about it. Like, I used to play Yorick. I used to play Evelyn, AD.
Oh, dude, me too, dude.
I played a little bit of Evelyn.
I was playing all the champions.
I used to play AP Gangplank.
Yeah. I remember playing the Triforce, like, AD Tank Echo build, too.
The old Triforce, oh my god.
That was fun.
I literally played every single of these champions that got reworked.
I used to play Fiora.
Dude, I played like Galio.
Where your old was like dancing in them. Yeah.
Yep. Old Warwick, old GP, Shan, Katarina, Akali. Okay. I played all of these and didn't touch them after the rework, not once.
Fucking remember Feral Flare, where you just click on them and then just go AFK?
Oh, dude, Feral Flare.
Feral Flare, Rageblade at the same time.
So bad.
It was a nice item, though.
No, it was Devourer Rageblade. Say to Devourer Rageblade.
Yeah, that was fun, though. I think there's a Dom clip of where he just clicks on the AD carry and just walks away and just kills him.
I used to play Talon too.
Feral Flare didn't have that much of a burst damage, did it? Are you talking about a different item or?
No, I'm talking about Devourer because Devourer was the original Rageblade.
No, I said Feral Flare. Wasn't that just like a DPS
Feral Flare
item?
was different.
That was the thing that built out of Wriggles.
You mean the random
the PvE item.
The random damage on creeps, on jungle creeps.
I played jungle back then. I would just fucking AFK
All
for
the
the entire
Wiggles.
game and then kill Baron at 20 minutes.
See, this is what I also don't get. Like Wriggles had randomized passive in it. The dodge system was random. And they changed those, right? Because RNG is bad. And now look at them adding so much RNG to the game. Which is probably what Ghostcrawler wanted.
my roommate just every single day he's playing League, he's fucking complaining about crit.
Yeah. Like,
those are the
who
same
of you
dudes that play Hearthstone too?
Who of you likes RNG in this game? Any form of RNG.
Why do you think I wanted the clone to get fixed?
Change, yeah.
I didn't even know the clone was that randomized, dude. I didn't even know. I only knew that something was wrong with it.
Only I mean,
clone RNG.
It wasn't necessarily that randomized. It was that every so often it would just fuck you over.
That's what I'm saying. But I didn't know what was exactly the issue. I just
you mean like every single Morg binding ever?
No, he literally said, like, Repertoire literally admitted that it was straight up spaghetti.
Yeah, it was in between like 205. Like it was in between. Clone will. You will spawn X amount of away from clone. It was like 100 to 500 or some shit. Like 100 to 300.
So
I don't know.
My
God. It was very
man.
random.
That's why so many times I would dodge a Lux Q with the ultimate and still get hit. Because I would just respawn backwards and then catch up with this stupid ass Q. Oh my god, dude.
But like I said, the ultimate change was really nice. I just wish it was like you would appear where your mouse is afterwards.
Yeah, it's such a coincidence, isn't it? Now that Ghostcrawler isn't design director, we see proper changes happening slowly.
I've gotten used to it. I try to just like spawn max range. You know what I mean? Whenever I use it, like, and then I'll just use the clone to get the proc.
Yeah. Right, I got a question.
I mean, it's like you queue in, you proc Duskblade, and you can like put your clone closer to him to proc Duskblade. It's nice.
I got a question. What would you guys change? What would be the first thing that you could change about Shaco?
Like to me, dude, it's all about revert to the old version. As
a full revert.
Sorry, did you say revert him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I would change his E. I would change his E and his W. I would give him like updates. I think his W is fine.
The first thing I would do would be make his E be magic damage again.
Give him HP.
So AP Shaco is playable. You're like, no shit, respect to you, to Pink Ward and Extreme Person. I don't know how the fuck you still make AP Shaco work. I gave up on that, especially lane Shaco. I gave up on that.
Now.
I mean, now the trinket changes might be more playable, but you just have no proper poke with this stupid ass E. Not only is it now physical, but the numbers are just garbage.
I actually found very recently, if you go Protobelt into Rabadons and have Rabadons by like 20 minutes, you actually deal a little bit of damage.
Yeah, but this is a problem. Like
20 minutes, and
you get.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of the box. I go for Duskblade.
You get used to that low damage. You're like, oh, Rabadons, and I get a little damage. Dude, back then you rush Rabadons, you would practically one-shot them.
Yeah, you would one-shot people.
I remember I used to go Gunblade, and
it's so easy to forget about these things. Like even myself. And then when I watch my older videos, it's like, oh my god, dude, what happened to this champion?
You used to be able to E Gunblade and blue smite someone and they die.
Extreme, question for you. Do you ever think it would be worth just grabbing a revolver? Like, whether it's right after Duskblade or just before? Well, no, I'm saying for sometimes. Me.
Before Duskblade, yes.
I'm going majority AD build, Duskblade, Trinity, Yomas, whatever, GA. Like, do you think it's worth grabbing an early revolver?
Probably still, yes. It's like
over building towards Duskblade, or would it be, or would you think after?
That's
I've tried it. It's just.
Say after surely Duskblade.
The reason you rush.
I do it before try.
Yeah.
Do you finish AP item? Extreme.
Yes, I rush. I rush Runic.
Yeah, and then you get Hexcheck Revolver, which procs Runic.
And then you get Duskblade.
Which is really good. Yeah.
And then, so your first auto does like 600.
Yeah, exactly. The thing
and then your E can execute, so.
Before they changed runes, Hextech Revolver was like super OP on Shaco. because it would proc one part of the Thunderlords. So it was just really good because you could get one auto in. It would do the auto, the revolver, and then you would like ignite them, and it would like.
So it's Tiamat for AD.
All three of them would actually proc Thunderlords initially.
Does Tiamat proc Thunderlords?
Yeah, but you Q like you auto Tiamat and it procs.
Wasn't that supposed to like not happen?
I don't know, but I would
it's
just
an ability.
love for it to keep happening.
No, I think they
fed up with
specifically
the
patched it out, but then they just like never did it.
Yeah, it's the same with Lechi now. Pretty sure Tiamat still procs it.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought they changed it, but they just kept
blades,
it in.
electrocute, and fleet footwork. Please just stop fucking.
You know, like Jarvan's W procs it.
Yeah.
You know Jarvan's E procs Airy.
Lee Sin's second E procs electrocute.
That,
well, Lee Sin's first E is True Sight. If you're assuming you haven't queued yet.
Yeah, so if you board hop
when
W,
they changed that, but I remember that not being like that.
It's just a bug. It's not supposed to be there.
Eagzey, do you have any thoughts? I haven't really heard from you.
On what, dude, Shaco, or the game in general?
I don't know, man. I'm chilling. Whatever you... I guess Shaco.
I said it earlier, like...
I almost said Shaco, that was weird.
Yeah, man. Fucking... I think the, I said earlier that the game for me, just like, the tipping point was just fucking high elo, and when people were getting like 30 for a win in like -3, and like all the diamonds got pushed up, and matchmaking just being as bad as it was, that was just the tipping point. And then
they're
like,
still here.
The season start was a disaster.
Yeah, the season start was just fucking dog shit, and then like...
I could have been scummy and fucking camp my yellow. Like I was Grandmaster like 181 LP at the beginning of the season.
I didn't play.
For 2 months.
I didn't play. I came back and I was getting 12 and losing 25.
Yeah, I mean
in positional ranked.
That's
why I was D4 for like 80%
dude,
of
you
the season.
guys said any complaint about the positional ranking. We have all these transfers, dude. Trust me, you don't want to have all these transfers in your games. It's the worst.
We get them.
I mean,
Latin America.
It's the same as having a fucking Diamond 3 Season 8 player in your game.
I mean,
like relative
the
to
elo,
players.
now the LP games in the server were fucked as well. But like on top of that, all the transfers did. Oh my god, it would have been easily challenging. I mean, I made it to Master, but it wasn't. If it wasn't for all those transfer games, it could have been challenging this season.
Are you saying perhaps that they should build a wall?
Yeah, that would do it. A virtual
no,
wall.
I played like 140 ping a couple of the US games, and they were just spamming red alert, show me your passport. So I linked like my NA account. They're like, okay, you're good. I just thought that shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, I gotta say, this season encouraged me as well, insanely. When I saw how easily Riot just manipulates the whole LP system, dude, was like, what is the point, you know? They can just make it so you get 30 points, and then the next time you just get 10 points. Like, what is that? They can just play around with it as they want.
I wish they changed the rank system as well.
I'm pretty sure they
you
do.
Get a win based on like your actual grade and how you played. So you get like an S+. Now it might not be like accurate as hell, but like you get an S+, you get like close to 30, and then if you get like Bs and you win, you get like 15.
I mean, dude, the system is totally fucked anyway. It's not any different in other games.
Yeah, but I think they'll fix it though, because
it's just too much. Nah, dude, it's just too much work for them. Like, a good system would be if it took everything in account, not just the S+ or whatever, but your KDA,
like base LP,
your CS, your damage dealt, and all that.
They can never do that, man.
But that would be a good system, you know?
Because everyone would just become a KDA player. They can't.
But like, look how unfair this is, right? How many times have you hard carried a game 1v9 and you just get low LP for it, and then you play your ass off and you lose, and you lose a bunch for that? It's bullshit.
Yeah, it sucks.
The thing is, like, you would just play all these like boring fucking. Like, I feel like the solo queue meta will completely different. The solo queue meta will like completely change if you were just playing for KDA.
Yeah, no, it would be complete AIDS. People would be baiting the shit out of each other.
But yeah, but like I'm saying, the performance overall, not just KDA. You know, it should be a bunch of factors.
I mean, I think that's too much like reliant on like people actually having brains and like, inting games and shit.
It's not like I'm saying.
Like you said, damage. Like, okay, what about the fucking Sona? You know.
I'd rather they just flag like super shitters.
Yeah, but like those kind of things should at least affect if you like, LP gains. You know. It's like if you played really good and lost, you should at least lose a little less LP.
Yeah, I think when you get like same goes shit as well, like you play well.
Same goes for people that play really bad and win, get carried. They should get less LP. Isn't that fair?
Yeah, they can get fucked. I agree. I fucking hate it.
I mean, I play like shit all the time, but a lot of the time. See, I made like a post on Twitter the other day. Like explaining my like thought process of how to play. It's like I know I don't do damage, but those ADC mains who have only played ADC don't know that I don't do damage. All they know is like, oh, the Shaco on the enemy team is gonna one shot them. So like I'll play for the enemy's like ADC and their support, like focusing on me while my team focuses on their team. So it's like I come out on top sometimes, even though I've been inting the entire game.
You're still useful, yeah. Yeah, that's hard to like.
The thing too is like, especially as a jungler, there's a lot of games where I'll look at like the end game screen. I'm like 1-6 or some shit, and I feel like there's nothing I could have done about it. Like whether it's lane or different, whatever. Like there's no way to actually.
The main problem about jungle right now is, dude, it's like you're so dependent on your lanes. Like you do your jungle, and then the high respawn time is like now you got nothing to do, okay? And
especially as a jungler, that can't actually duel.
Crabs are so important now, and if you don't have your teammates helping you out with the crab when it's getting contested, you're also fucked. And you know when your whole jungle is cleared, what can you do other than trying to gank or camp a lane? But then it's like when all your laners are losing, you can't really help them out either because you're just gonna feed with them. So what do? You can't power farm. You can't really do anything. You just feed with them. You just feed with them.
I think that's where AP kind of shines. Like I just feel like AP is like harder to keep down.
Oh, you can. Nah, you can do something. You can do something about it as a jungler. You can hope that you get useful dragons and then take those and then maybe get a lead for your team.
I think AP Shaco can play better from behind than AD Shaco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because boxes are really good. Like boxes are actually like really good just base damage by themselves.
And
people
they're just very unreliable.
AP can still
just like people will fight you on boxes even though you're playing AD Shaco. Like let's say you max boxes as AD Shaco, people will fight you.
I was thinking about trying that.
I mean, those are things that rather lower elos do. I don't think people would play like that, let's say, in chase games, in challenges.
Everyone just smites it. Everyone just fucking smites it.
In my games even. But another thing is,
exactly.
People are so, like, they just totally don't realize how the game is changing. They still play the same. I still have people putting down a control ward thinking that it's gonna reveal me.
I mean, I saw you building like ZZ route the other day, so
fucking bullshit. I'm building Phantom Dance after dusk nowadays. Do you guys still have that? People putting down a control ward, thinking that it's a pink ward. It's facepalm. Or people also still try to tank your E from the front because they think it still does bonus damage from the back. They still play like that, dude.
That's funny though.
But yeah, it is.
Did you delete your Twitter, by the way? I think I looked for like a little while back. Again. What did you do?
I said all stream snipers deserve cancer, or something like that, or should die, or whatever.
You stand by that statement?
Yes.
Were you getting stream sniped in your games?
Everybody is. What the fuck?
Why did you get banned, Pinkwood, from Twitch?
Actually, no, like, ghosting, for some reason, people just, like, don't care about it anymore. Like...
Wait, you said what?
Dude, can we not?
No.
You're gonna get me a chase ban. What the fuck, dude?
But, like, I remember back in the day, if you ghosted, like, your League career was ruined. Like...
What the fuck, dude?
What I also find so ironic, dude, and this is not necessarily about Duskblade, etc. plays a role in that, I guess, but like they literally gutted Shaco's damage with the rework, like more than 50% he lost in scaling and base damage. But it's after the rework when people started complaining about Shaco's burst. I don't find the clue in that.
Dude, what about when they put 70% of his AD in his Q after they went to the Reddit?
Dude, do you even know Shaco's old Q?
Okay, so the Shaco's E damage, they changed. Like, completely. They changed it from the 3 to 8% to the 50% execution, but then at the same time they added 75 up to 120% bonus AD ratio to it. So like they were trying to make it more of an AD beneficial ability, but they really didn't do that. And they were trying to change it away from Bruiser. That was the like biggest thing about.
Like, this is what I also don't understand, why they have such an issue with Bruiser Shaco.
Bruiser was cancer.
Which of you builds Bruiser Shaco? Except
traditional Bruiser was cancer.
I haven't built Bruiser. You can't build Bruiser.
It's like nobody even plays Bruiser Shaco, and they have such a hate boner for Bruiser Shaco.
But what? it was for before they changed his E. The 3 to 8% was like a lot. It was a lot.
It was decent, especially for last hits on Baron, Dragon, etc.
I will say Cinderhole clear is crazy, but I don't know what, like, I haven't been able to work it out yet.
But do you go Cinderhulk and Tiamat?
I don't know what to build. No, you know? I don't know what to build with it or how to go. Like, but the clear is insane.
Also, are you going Talisman first item on AP Shaco Jungle?
Yes. I think Talisman's better.
Is that helpful?
I think it's way better.
Better for your first clear? Other than that, no.
Well, second clear you have your jungle item, so who cares?
My jungle item is Tiamat, sir.
Yeah, AD, degenerate.
Do you get like low enough in your first clear though?
I never get low.
Like without Talisman,
that is. Over here.
Oh, like no, but like if I have machete, I run out of mana like third camp. I can't even counter gank
When
mid.
do you get blue though?
You get blue.
Yeah.
You just said you have it first back anyways.
And then, like when blue runs out, like you can stay for a long ass time. I'm saying you can do your 3 red side camps, and then like cheese,
charm, bro.
and then you're full health. So like that's why I have no problem counter jungling. Or like counter
the problem about counter jungling is not. Sure, it plays a role being full HP, but there's other issues with counter jungling.
It's because the champ is dog shit early. That's the only reason.
This is what I also wanted to ask about catch-up EXP. Like I've been thinking that catch-up EXP is the biggest issue for junglers, but I feel like it's
not as bad anymore.
I feel like it's even worse for laners. Like many times, if I hard camp top lane, kill them 5 times early game, and then they somehow end up higher level than my top laner is what?
You might
less far but higher level.
You might be screwing up the wave when you gank.
Nah, he's less farm, less kill participation, but higher level. Basically. Dude, the catch-up EXP is the biggest bullshit in the game right now.
But what I mean,
they fixed it now.
What I mean with Talisman is that it makes your pathing like way less predictable because you can do different camps and do your blue a lot later, and you can invade.
That makes sense, actually.
But can you really do dragons as AP Shaco? No DPS?
Dragons, yeah. Level 6 easy. Once you get Runic, you can solo without.
Yeah, level 6 is basically the same.
But if you were to invade like with Shaco and Talisman early, like even if you just have red buff, like you've only got mana for like 1 fucking Q. And if you get in trouble, you're still fucked.
You're probably full mana.
But like
you're full mana all the time.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Your Q cooldown is like 15-16 seconds. It's 1.5 seconds in stealth, like
I don't think you're using your Q to like invade though.
Yeah, but like when you stack boxes.
Yeah, but even if you save it though, like it's only 1.5 seconds, and good players will like know kind of.
Yeah, but you'll have your E2
going with it.
And like, so if you stack boxes, you're already like half mana with machete.
Are you still doing
Yeah.
red to Krugs to Raptors?
Usually.
How do you do Raptors though?
And smite the big one.
You just smite it.
You just smite the big one, just straight off.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you just box in the center.
Well, I take a little bit of damage first.
Just a tad bit of damage.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can't really. I've found I can't really full clear anymore. I can't do Raptors. I usually do it second clear, unless it's like another jungler that I know is gonna full clear.
I just love the Shaco jungle experience. Like earlier, Chase said that his like Shaco.
I feel like when I play AD, I can't clear for shit.
Wait, Pingboard, what did you say?
You said like your playstyle in jungle is completely different from extremes, but at the same like I just feel like you could play the Shaco jungle the same way whether you build AD or AP, and it works out the same because the champion's
kind of. It's the same end game.
It's just the way. It's the way that like AP thinks about boxes. Boxes are an afterthought for me. They always will be. Like I just can't ever think about them like proactively or like as valuable. I use them to block blitz hooks and more Qs.
Yeah, I mean, like even when you're doing camps, like I saw you just let Krugs kill it, like it was nothing. Like I protect my boxes. I love my babies.
Fuck this ability.
I mean, playing Shaco in lane, I honestly don't think about where I place my boxes. They're usually just there, pretty much. And then if I need to use them, I use them. As jungle, I'm not exactly sure how to utilize boxes as well. Like I can think about like, oh, I'm doing Scuttle, I'm just gonna smite Scuttle, and I use the box as a deterrent if someone walks in like the river, rather than use the box actually for Scuttle. And then off the box, if the box doesn't get procced, I'll invade them, and if I need to get away, I'll use the box as a getaway. That's the only way I could think of using Shaco AP jungle effectively as a key to invade. Which I can understand why you can't invade.
I use it for vision. I cannot rely on this ability.
Well, the way
I don't know what it is, but I feel like the boxes have just become so much more useless. Like I completely stopped using that ability somehow.
If they don't smite it, then
they can't really be used proactive. Like when I gank, I use boxes most of the time to zone. I do not expect to fear somebody unless they're like slowed already.
That's the same way I play.
I don't know. I mean, they didn't do really any other change other than you can stack them, right? But they just feel weaker now.
What if you box while in stealth? The prime time is less than...
Was AD? It's not worth it.
I just place the box behind them as I'm hitting them.
Or you do it to block a skill shot like mid-combat.
I use them to disrupt fights though.
They just die in fights for me.
I guess, yeah.
For me, well, I'll cover flanks with them.
Yeah, I mean, I cover flanks with them too. I always have them.
Side of lane.
I somehow always have them in like perfect places.
Hold on.
I don't think about it. They just become in perfect places when I place them.
This game's kind of hype. CG, Sun, Huni, Fox Solo, Strompist, and then TSM bot lane are all in this game. Oh, and Broken Blade.
Are you playing? What?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I think my thoughts on AD are just that it's like a lot quicker to burst people, so you can kill them before the support reacts, or like, you know, like anybody with a shield can react.
I feel like Shaco should be able to one-shot people in terms of like a 3-second one-shot where other champions have the 1-second one-shot. Oh, wait. That Akali could have killed you. What? Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but yeah.
Oh, nice R.
So I feel like
okay, well we can't lose two in front.
I feel like the way Shaco's like supposed to be, you shouldn't be able to one shot with him. You should be able to like 3-second one shot. It's like different.
I mean,
right?
you should be able to one shot if you want to go for that. Like if you want to go 500 AD, why not, right? But it's like if Duskblade deals more damage than full AD build.
I mean, as current Shaco in his like current state, there's no way you're actually able to one shot people.
Yeah, but most people like don't even want to play that way though. Like no one really wants to like AFK farm for like 3 items and then one shot people. Like we want to have an early game and shit and be annoying, and
yeah,
that's like Shaco's identity, but he's lost it.
You don't want to play Yi. You want to play Shaco.
That's it. Right, boys. I'm gonna fucking head off.
All right.
Good chat.
Have a good day, bud.
Peace.
How long have we been talking?
2 hours.
Oh, I'm chilling.
Shit, really?
Yeah, I had a few shots.
Someone in all chat asked.
Maybe I should start drinking as well. With the way the game is.
My username Shaclone was the. Never mind.
What?
Oh no! Someone just asked if I was the YouTuber that looked like Luigi. keep note of my current IGN. You have any thoughts on that?
For that?
Would you like me to respond for you?
Did you pay for someone for that or not?
Did I pay someone? No.
Yeah.
He's just flaming. Oh, did I pay someone for the name?
Yeah, name.
No. He I added him and he was like, oh yeah, you can have it.
I want the control word name, to be honest. I have
thought
the
you
person
had it.
added. No, I have the person added.
I paid for Chase, but I didn't pay for this one.
The thing about control word name, the one's website that tells you when it's available, it's at a specific time. So I was expecting to wait until that specific time, but it was actually just the day of.
I should just change my main account's name. Just start a Shaco account with my name.
I didn't play on my Pinkword account while I was on Facebook.
People are kind of still just dicking me.
Aware?
Like people will
say Facebook.
I mean, might as well stream now.
People will still rage at me for being a Shaco one trick and not playing Shaco when I have 80 games of Shaco.
I mean, honestly, people will rage at me for trying playing meta stuff. I can never catch a break because people will rage at me for not playing Shaco and playing Shaco.
Same thing.
Revenge thanked me for playing Evelyn.
Dude, some people
play these actual decent champions, like fucking Jarvan's brain dead. Jarvan's actually so fucking easy.
My highest win rate's on Nidalee this season.
I think Nidalee's dog shit.
Jarvan takes a lot of skill. That's very disrespectful of you to say.
Yeah, Nidalee's not good, but
EQR easy, dude. EQ flash R.
Dude, I'm trying to get Chase cam on this screen.
His cam's 10 seconds behind.
68% win rate on Xerath. I'm literally Zwag, except I'm actually Master.
What are these players? I feel like I'm in a gold game, but everyone is a challenger player, and it's kind of.
Isn't that the usual solo queue stuff, dude?
Solo queue account in 10 days.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
there you go.
I think I might be done too.
Yeah, 2 hours is pretty long, dude. I mean, we can repeat that sometime again, I guess.
I mean, I'd be good with it.
Maybe there's gonna be more changes to talk about.
Over it or something.
We gotta get a Riot over
talk
here.
About reverting him or something.
Ooh, that would be hype as fuck.
We should get a Riot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think Repertoire is gonna want to get into this call.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's a good idea, though. We should get writers into this as well.
Alright, you're right. Let's kick Shaclone and then get Repertoire.
Good idea. I'm for that.
I just think there are a lot of mixed feelings in the Shaco community of what should happen to Shaco, just because you have AP Shaco. Like, there's just so many like instances of Shaco.
I mean, didn't you see
jungle, AP Shaco jungle, AP Shaco mid, AP Shaco support, AP Shaco top, and then AD Shaco top? I mean, there's just so many ways to play the champion. Not efficiently, but
yeah, like it's cool, but at the same time, when people are asking me to build fucking Warmogs into Gunblade on my stream, it's like, okay.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Dude,
Shut the fuck up.
I swear Gunblade would be really good on
Shaco, of course. Doesn't sound too bad.
If you would start going Hextech Revolver, you would build it into Gunblade? Or would you never?
Gunblade's good on AD
now
too.
That I think about it, there's no point. Because I go Duskblade, and then I'm getting the same, basically the same exact item in Sheen, into Trinity. So it's like, it defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I mean, you can proc Sheen more often than you can proc Revolver.
When it's building into Trinity, which is debatably one of the best items in the game for Shaco.
I mean,
as a very item reliant.
One of the best items.
I almost just banned Shaco. Would have been an oopsie.
But yeah, I'm gonna be done, guys.
All right.
It was fun.
All right, good talk, guys.
Appreciate all of you joining, by the way.
Talk to you later.
It was nice talking.
Peace.
Okay, yeah. Everybody out?
Gang.
I think I'm
you guys. Yeah.
Fuck, I'm in again.
Yeah, I guess we can make a stop here then. It was interesting, dude. Getting all your guys' opinions kind of motivate me to play some League again.
Yeah, I'm playing a Shaco game now.
Just to recap, you wanted you were the one that wanted the revert, right?
Dude, didn't you all say you wanted rather revert, dude?
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking kidding.
We gotta hit that.
We will make that
again.
happen, dude. Don't worry. Season 10, Shaco revert. I see it coming. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna get into a game as well.
All right, good luck in your
have fun.
You just say bronze one?
Yeah, new account.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you wouldn't actually be bronze.
Of course not.
Yeah.
1 week challenge it. Don't worry. Okay, I'm out as well. Appreciate you guys joining the call.
Yep.
Bye.
Good talk. Good talk.
That was interesting, dude. It kind of gave me different perspectives for Shaco in a way. But I mean, for the most part, we all agreed Shaco is fucked.